Yeah, actually at the very beginning, when we started the whole IT infrastructure, the objective of IT was to increase business efficiency. So actually to the top business executives, the objective of IT is to be as transparent as possible because the main objective is to run business. However, actually the complexity of the IT has increased dramatically. According to our conversation with our customer, we find more than 70% of the IT budget today are spent on dealing with the complexity and the maintenance of the system today, and less than 30% of the IT budget are really spent on creating value for business. Right level of service support is very critical to all sizes of companies. One-size-fits-all type of support actually was designed from IT vendors' point of view. It's not from customers' point of view. IT vendors typically, we try to talk to customer, we try to understand what customer want, and then we lock ourselves into a meeting room and we try to invent our service packages. And then we come back to the customer, and because what we have is this, so we ask customer, we tell customer, okay, please take this. I mean, we may divide that into warranty level, silver level, gold level, and platinum level. However, at the end of the day, it's like buying a car. Okay, you have a base model, and then you have a medium range, and then you have a luxury model, and then only because I want cruise control, do I need to really pay for that luxury model, which is maybe, I mean, $50,000 more. So coming back, I think the pitfall of a packaged service offering is the inflexibility, and that's a pitfall. So I think from IT vendors' point of view, we should come back and see how more flexibility. For example, imbalance between the packaged service and the fully customized service, which will offer, I mean, the level maybe you want, but at a huge price ticket. Or the issue of how to control the service quality because everything is fully customized. I think the balance in between is how we can package those service into elements. So we can have a core offer, and then we can have optional elements. Then we can go through with the customer in a consultative way through an interview, and then we offer the customer the right core element plus the optional components, and then that's the way we can make up the right service program tailored for our customer need. And while all these elements are kind of mass produced throughout the world on our global standard, so we can ensure the quality of the service is right, and that's consistent around the world. Start with understand your own business need. For example, are you a large enterprise with rich resources in IT support in-house? Or are you kind of a relatively smaller company with less resources in-house, so you need more support from the IT vendor or the service providers? After you have a sure understanding of your business need, then you need to look into other options. For example, we can categorize them into response time, coverage, and proactiveness of the support. For the response time, is the system you are talking about, are they business critical? Can you allow some sort of downtime, or it's mission critical that no downtime is allowed at all? And then you can choose your response time by the top level is you can ask the service provider to have an engineer on site all the time, or even with the service parts on site ready. So you can have almost real-time response time. Or the next level down, if you can compromise a little bit, is you ask for 2 hours or 4 hours response time, or the next level down, next business day. So all these choices are between in response time and the cost incurred. And then when we're talking about the coverage, coverage include, for example, the traditional warranty coverage, which means it covers only when the product is at fault. Okay. However, some vendors like us, we offer comprehensive coverage. For example, with a laptop computer, sometimes mistakes do happen, and in some cases, people spill coffee on the keyboard, and that can destroy the computer. Is it covered? In most of the cases, it is not. But in some cases, you can choose comprehensive coverage, which means even if that, in the case users are at fault, it's still covered. Okay, so it's another example. And in terms of proactiveness, the traditional service is break and fix. It means if it's not broken, then we don't fix it. However, in most of the IT system, it is possible to do some preventive maintenance. For example, is the hard disk already in an unstable situation that we can, taking some time that's the system is not in a critical hour, we can replace the hard disk in advance, or are the patches applied regularly in time? Okay, or is your IT system process comprehensive enough? So we can have a consultant sit down with the customer to review the process and see if there's anything we can improve, so we can minimize the downtime before it happened at all. So I think all these together, all these elements need to be considered, and then just don't be forced to pick from whatever your service provider is asking you to pick from. I mean, be brave to ask what elements are optional and how a program that suits your need can really be put together.